Hi, I'm Ender here with June, designer on Valorant's newest agent, Waylay. Crazy movement duelist with also some fun abilities to combo. She can slow down time, do everything. What's your quick pitch on why people should be picking Waylay?
Yeah, I mean, if you've been playing Jet and Raze for a long time and you're looking for some variety, this is probably a great character for you. And also just, if you like being like really creative, you know, trying like unique entry paths onto the site, you like whipping things up on the fly, I think Waylay would be a great fit.
Obviously, Waylay's only been out, what, for like a week or two now? But you've been watching some streams of pros.
Yeah.
Have you learned anything? And who do you think is going to be the best Waylay to keep our eyes on in Americas?
Yeah, been really impressed with Jogamo. I've been a big G2 fan forever. I've watched them since their old org. And I think seeing Jogamo do some things that I didn't even think I would do on Waylay, like ulting back into where he had activated the refract beacon and then like following up on the ult with the refract was just like super brain breaking for me and like really cool to see.
Oh my god, holy guacamole.
It worked! I want to dive in and ask you straight up about how you design a movement-based duelist that has these types of abilities that like initiators might usually have that can sort of set up a teammate. And how do you keep that balanced for pro play when teams are going to be coordinating so nicely?
Yeah, so like when we were originally planning and like thinking about Waylay, a big part of that was like, what is the opportunity space for another, you know, entry duelist in the game? And, you know, Raze and Jet are very selfish, like play for themselves kinds of characters that have that entry ability. And we just felt like there's a good opportunity to expand some of that design space a little bit. And when we were thinking about like the balance of the character, you still have this like incredibly powerful tool that can like get you onto the site and capitalize off of utility very fast, faster than either Jet or Raze. So we were just thinking about essentially complementing that by not making that more self-reinforcing for Waylay for Waylay to get the kill regardless of what her team does, but to make it so that she's like bringing something to the table in that coordinated environment.
第二波打反清，山峰地线加太湖的精准投放给出来，康康已经把速流回光交过了。
那这样没有保密技能了。
直接飞想去抓，抓得非常。
Of course, you know, like we think of that as like a core identity pillar for Waylay, that she has that team play. And if we were like, you know, looking to like balance it down the line, we'd be like taking that into account.
I was wondering too, because you know a lot of the duelists that have dominated metas in the past have been like very strong on the op, for example, a Jet, where a lot of people are comparing Waylay to Jet, but Waylay doesn't have the same types of tools as Jet to op, right?
Right, yeah. Actually, when we were really early on thinking about Waylay, it was like a super early choice that you equip the dash or that you set your refract location from a safe location, is we were thinking about how to make this character have these mobility tools without making them like super op-centric, like this like op powerhouse like Jet. And this is like a way for this character to feel like distinct. Like if you want that like defensive opper that's like a core strategy point for your team, I think you're still gonna look to Jet more than you're gonna look for Waylay.
Yeah, that makes sense. And how do you feel like Waylay is going to like slot into comps? And especially in the pro scene, how do you think Waylay is going to define the meta, if at all?
Yeah, so I think right now we're already seeing agents that are super strong with Waylay, which is, I think bodes well for her. You know, Breach, Omen's been a mainstay in pro forever. And even Tejo, right, like flushing enemies, you know, on the actual sites and like causing that chaos for Waylay to get in there. I also think there's probably a lot of teams that have like deeper layers of their set play strategy, where if Waylay does have to refract and, you know, Waylay can either follow up with her team after that or become your lurk now that like she's spent her utility, right? So like I think there's just a lot of opportunity to like change your strategy during the round and like have your play evolve playing Waylay, rather than having like one consistent thing you always do, which I'm excited to see.
Right, because there's so many different ways to either combo abilities of hers with other initiator utility, damaging, that sort of stuff. We've already seen teams like G2 playing a lot of these sort of combo agents, so expecting them to keep doing well.
I think for a team like G2 that like loves those like set plays and like really by the book to Valorant, I think Waylay is really gonna shine in that context, and I'll be excited to see what they cook up.
Do you think that Waylay is going to be seeing some play already in week 1 in Americas?
One can dream. It's a designer's dream. Like when we design these characters, like we're just kind of excited to see them at the highest level, of course, because we spend a lot of time thinking about it and planning that context, right? I think there's a good shot we'll see Waylay in week 1, especially some teams that are feeling a little more experimental.
Yeah, I also can't wait to see our America's teams play it. Thanks so much.
Thanks for having me.